9. January, 1965. My Dearest Suzie, I got the pictures today that you sent to the boys. They looked real cute, and so did you, except you looked scared to death. But I was real glad to get them and look forward to more. Well, I haven't had a break since we got back, but I don't really care. Working hard all the time, I don't have much time to think about all the time I have left. Today, we had a big troop lift. We put enough troops into an area to capture a whole VC regiment. Guess how much damage they did? They killed 1, captured 2 suspects, and picked up 1 weapon. Not really worth all the effort. I have been asked over and over since I got back to join the armed platoon. If you remember the program we saw on TV, you know what they do over here. Al Guthrie is in an armed company in Saigon, and he really enjoys it. I gave it some serious thought, but I'm not going. It would be real interesting, but I think I'd take enough chances over here as it is. Sunday. I'm sorry I didn't finish this letter last night, but news is so scarce and hate to send 1 page. This morning, all we did was train right here picking up sling loads. This afternoon, I have to go out and shoot autorotations for a while. We had mail call at noon today, and I got 2 letters. 1 from your mother, and 1 from B and Al. The one from your mother was so nice that I'm going to send it to you to read. It is the longest letter I have ever seen from her, and the letter I got from B was 4 pages long and was very interesting. I still haven't opened your fruitcake. I'll start to, then tell myself that once it is open, then I have nothing to look forward to. Don't worry about that fish necklace. It was only aluminum. They have some over here made of silver. I'll get you one of them before I come home. Let me know if you think you can get along without any money from me next month. If you can get along, I'll keep that check. I am supposed to go to Bangkok next month, and I want to make sure I have enough money to shop around with. Tell the boys that I love them, and I miss them very much. My feelings and loneliness for you has only changed one way. I miss you more than ever, and love you more. I guarantee you that things are going to be a lot different when I get home than they were when I left. There are a lot of things that we should have done together that we haven't. I mean to be a lot better father. That is what I'm trying to say. All my love. Bill. Poppy starts writing this letter on a Saturday and finishes it the next day. In the beginning of things, we see further evidence of his opinion on the war and the futility of it all. They did a huge troop lift, moved all those people, and for what? To kill 1, capture 2, and pick up some weapons. It's hard to imagine that he isn't sitting there wondering if it's all busy work, as if they needed to find something to do to keep the troops occupied to justify their time over there. Not to spoil things, but take note of the offer he receives to be in an armed company. Now he's just moving supplies and troops, as well as conducting medevac or search and rescue missions every so often. He's getting shot at, but not intentionally. Not like he would if he joined the armed company. His mention of autorotations is interesting because, quite frankly, he hated them. We'll definitely hear more about them later. An autorotation is a critical emergency maneuver performed in helicopters when the engine fails or power is lost. It allows the rotor blades to continue spinning and generating lift using airflow as the helicopter descends. This is possible because the blades are designed to freewheel, meaning they can spin independently of the engine. Pilots use autorotation to control the descent, converting potential energy, the altitude, into kinetic energy, which is the rotor speed. By carefully managing this energy, the pilot can execute a controlled landing, often with minimal or no damage to the aircraft. Autorotations are a fundamental skill for helicopter pilots and are practiced regularly to prepare for emergencies. It's a good thing he's practicing these. His mention of the fish necklace excites me because I still have that necklace. It's pretty interesting because it possesses a tail which articulates like a swimming fish. I don't think it's worth anything, but it's a really unique piece of jewelry, and just another thing to use to materially connect with his letters. Finally, I must say that the final paragraph is heartbreaking. To know how things turned out, to see this promise made to be a better husband and father, to know how much worse things get from here for him in his time in Vietnam, it would break anyone's heart to read this. Let's just say his sentiments at the end of this letter may be true, but he doesn't do a great job acting them out later in life. The photo I chose for today was at first a mystery. It shows 2 young Vietnamese men. Their hands are behind their backs. There is a shadow of an M16 on the left. Without any other photos, it'd be hard to say what is going on without any certainty. But I can tell you that they are prisoners of war. There are other photos of them being patted down and questioned. What happened to them after this photo was taken? Were they executed? Sent to a camp? How old are they? They look quite young. Are these the guys they got into all that trouble over to capture? I'm Alex Lowie, and I hope you have enjoyed listening to this episode of Dearest Suzie, and receiving messages from the past that my poppy wrote exactly 60 years ago. I sincerely appreciate your time and interest. Please consider following the podcast on your preferred platform, and if you're enjoying it, I kindly ask that you take the time to rate the show and leave a review. Also, please follow the project on YouTube, X, and Instagram. All likes, comments, shares, and reviews will help grow the reach of this story. The links for these things should be in the description of this episode. Please feel free to email me at dearestsuziepodcast@gmail.com if you have anything you'd like to say. I'd love to chat or to hear about your stories as well. Thank you for listening, and God bless.